Hi, you're watching New York State Legislative Report with Senator John Bonacic. I'm Julia Lokendy. Today, the Senator and I are going to talk about what's going on in the New York State Senate. It's great to be with you.
Good morning, Julia. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, too. It is the 14th Annual Woman of Distinction Ceremony today. Tell us what community member that you have chosen.
This is one of our favorite programs that we have in Albany. And in fact, it's tonight. And Kelly Myers is my Woman of Distinction. We pick a woman from our Senate district, and we have a lot of people send in quite a few applicants, and we have a screening committee. And one of the standards that we have is that you don't do great things because of an elected position. You do voluntary stuff that keeps giving back to the community. And Kelly Myers, and you'll hear more about her on my next show, because tonight is the program and we highlight her. But she's worked in the human services area for over 15 years in Ulster County. She's a coordinator for St. Mary's Church of the Snow, and she has constantly given back to the community in a variety of areas. So she was outstanding on paper, and I'm looking forward to meeting her husband, William, and their 2 children tonight. So.
Great. It is a lovely ceremony, so hopefully next time when you come back we can show some video from that.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah. With Memorial Day coming up, you know, it's really a time to reflect on the men and women who pay the ultimate sacrifice serving our country. Tell us about the program that you're promoting to support our troops.
This is gaining traction, this program, with veterans groups out west. I've seen it in California and Arizona. It's spreading to a couple other states. And what it is, it's called Red Shirt Friday. It's home of the free because of the brave. And we have sent a letter to all of our veterans groups to, if they want to purchase this shirt in volume, they can sell it to the public. And the public, if they buy it, or the veterans wear it, they wear it on a Friday of every week. So Memorial Day is not just one day of the year that we honor the sacrifice of our military, our veterans, and those servings. It's once a week, and it has caught on quite a bit. I'm trying to see if we can get it going in the state of New York. So we have if anyone is interested, they should call Jillian of our office, and it's 845-344-3311, and we will get them started on websites and where to go, and hopefully, you know, this program takes off, because we can never say enough of the sacrifice of our veterans and their families.
Mm-hmm. What a great saying that is.
It is a great saying, and it's very true. Unless people are reminded, they tend to get busy every day, and Memorial Day for many people is just one day, and they go back to doing everything else. But Senator Larkin has done great things with the Purple Heart and the Purple Heart stamp. This is, in a way, a continuation of a program that reminds the public of the military at least once a week. Right. Friday, Red Shirt Day.
Great. So where does the money go? Does it go to support troops?
Yeah, the money goes back. It's a not-for-profit activities. It goes back to help veterans in their communities, those that may be struggling with a variety of problems, whether it's physical health, mental health, housing, job location. It gets reinvested into our heroes. So a very worthwhile program, and we're hoping that it does well in New York.
Right. You brought up Senator Larkin having success with the Purple Heart stamp. We should note that it is now a forever stamp.
It is a forever stamp, and Senator Larkin worked 10 years to try to make that happen, and Hillary Clinton was a part of it, and this is a good thing. I mean, we have Elvis Presley stamps, we have Mickey Mouse stamps. It's nice to have a Purple Heart stamp forever. So I think we're starting to get our priorities straight, you know, and this is a good thing.
Yeah. You recently went to a remembrance ceremony for the New York Emergency Medical Services personnel. Tell us about the Tree of Life Memorial.
They called me on Monday and they asked me would I speak on Wednesday, and I said I would. You know, I always say America is the greatest country in the world, and the strength is not our wealth, it's our people. And I always refer to the military, those serving, those who have served, our police, our firefighters, and our EMS workers. This particular Tree of Life ceremony was inspired by Harriet Weber, a woman that was in her 80s, that had come to me and said, you know, we have a fireman's memorial, we have a police memorial, we have nothing for the EMS. And we put legislation in back in 2004, and we created this. And that was the first dedication ceremony that I went to, and my recollection was that there were 21 names that we've honored in the past, those who died in 9/11. And by the way, there were 11 EMT workers that died in 9/11. And it is a tree, we call it a Star of Life, but the Star of Life looks like a leaf on a tree with the name engraved of the EMT person who died in the line of duty. And this particular day, there were 3 more leaves being added to the Tree of Life. It was Paul Bazinet, I think it was Karen Hand, and it was Mr., I think, Leroy Kemp. And they were from Senator Little's district and Senator Libas's district. But they come from all over the EMS. I mean, you probably had anywhere from 350 to 500 people. It was raining, and yet they were all there for their brothers and sisters. Tough on the families, but, you know, we spoke and we said it's a celebration of their life.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful, wonderful ceremony.
You gave a very touching speech, and we have video of that right now I'd like to show.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
We live in the greatest country in the world. And the reason it's the greatest country in the world is because of the ultimate sacrifice of our heroes and their families. Today we're going to talk about 3 heroes. But it's our military who's serving. It's our police officers. It's our firefighters. And it's our EMT workers. I came here in 2004 when we had the dedication ceremony and we prepared this legislation for this Tree of Life. I wish that I never had to come here again after that dedication, because I don't want to see more leaves on that tree. The Tree of Life gives oxygen. Oxygen gives life, just like our EMT workers. And today, we honor 3 of them. This is not a wake. This, in a way, is a celebration and appreciation of life, and thanking God that He gave birth to these 3 heroes, Paul, Karen, and Leroy. Now, Commissioner Shah talked at length about their background and their heroic deeds of generosity and giving back and helping community and providing life for strangers. That's what's great about the American people and our heroes. They are the best of the American people, our heroes. And to the families, this is a hard day today. I know it's a hard day. But take strength and comfort that our heroes will be recognized for decades to come. And when your descendants come, and your grandchildren, and their kids, you walk them to this wall, and you point out the hero of your family. God bless you. God bless this great country. Thank you.
Got a little emotionally choked up there.
And me too, just watching that. Yeah, absolutely.
I have a tough time now, especially the 9/11 ceremonies. You know, I did it for 6 weeks after 9/11, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I just got all choked up. And it's hard to see the pain in families, you know, when we lose our heroes.
Yeah, it's so meaningful.
Well, thank you.
You know, there is about a month left in the legislative session, and the Assembly has yet to act on the property tax cap, and the Senate actually passed it. It's the governor's bill, passed it back in January. What's the deal?
You know, Julie, I don't know what the deal is. There's been a lot of stalling going on. I think if you do ask the public, do they want this, most of them respond yes, because we have to slow spending and we have to help the plight of the taxpayer. They just can't take it anymore. And this is one way of handcuffing government to make sure they can't engage in the insatiable appetite to spend. So as you indicated, we passed it early in January. It was the Governor Cuomo's bill, a 2% cap or the consumer price index, whichever is less. Sheldon Silver just keeps delaying and talking and delaying. And now the governor is backpedaling a little bit. He's allowing Sheldon Silver to backpedal a little bit. What the Senate did was a hard cap. That's the term I use. And now they're talking of a softer cap, which would allow exemptions that wouldn't count towards the cap, such as increased cost in pensions, increased cost in health care. And they are legitimate. They're not controlled by school districts or local governments. But unless you limit the amount that you can spend, it'll continue to skyrocket. And although a property tax cap is a good first step, it doesn't relieve or reduce property taxes that middle-class families are suffering with. And so this is a good first step. And, you know, I've been pushing the millionaire's tax to go to fund a circuit breaker, which would reduce actually property tax for middle-class families. I'm of the belief if we're going to get out of this recession, middle-class families have to lead the way. Consumer spending accounts for 70% of an economic recovery. It's got to come from the middle class. They're the ones that are crying for help. And although we're broke, property tax cap is a good first step. And I'm going to ask the public to help us. We have an online petition, which I would ask them to click, and we'll put it on the screen. I believe we will. And
It's your website,
okay, our website. Thank you, Julie. And you know, the more we have on there, the more we can pressure the governor to pressure Sheldon Silver to get it done. I'm optimistic we will get it done before the end of session, which is the third week in June. We have an ethics bill that still has to be addressed, and the governor is pushing a gay marriage bill. You know, as far as I'm concerned, he should concentrate on the bread and butter issues, which people care about. I know gay marriage is very important to many people. It's not a bread and butter issue. I don't think there's votes in the Senate for it if it comes up, but the governor is putting it on the front burner, making it one of his highest priorities. So we get a lot of communication on this issue, and but I don't think it's going to get done this session. I think ethics, property tax cap, those two will get done.
So you do think the property tax will get done? I checked the passthethaxcap.com that's on your website. 18,000 people last week have already put their name to it, so it really says a lot.
I hope the governor is listening, so he'll put more pressure on Sheldon Silver.
Right. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Julia.
For any additional information, bonacic.nysenate.gov.